boys and 1% of female audience, we are back, and today we're going to be talking about how I'm going to blow up another Type Beat channel, because I want to be honest for a second, I feel like a fraud. I know, I'm going to calm down real quick. The reason I say this is because I haven't been posting Type Beats, so I just kind of want to take a step back, go back to the basics, and start a new channel, because all of my success, you know, my biggest placements, the connections I have, all wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for my original Type Beat channel. I think that's the best way for producers to get in the doors to start their own channel, because it builds your own personal brand. You don't have to rely on other people, and it's a super simple game. People overcomplicate it, so in today's video I'm going to break down kind of the key components into starting your channel, exactly my approach that I'm going to do, because I do think the meta's kind of changed within the last few years. So yeah, with all that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to explain things like you just started making beats, so if you haven't just started, then bear with me for a second. But so the first thing is going to be to perfect your craft. Obviously the highest viewed beats are the best quality beats. I mean, there are some like random cases where a shitty beat will hit the algorithm, but I mean, for the most part, you're going to get more consistently high views if you have good beats. You're going to get more sales. An actual example of this, I had a shitty beat that just kind of randomly hit the algorithm, got super lucky. Didn't really sell that much. I had a beat with way less views, but it was an actually good beat and it sold way more. So quality stands. You don't even need crazy views if you have quality beats. So I think an actionable step you could do is research producers in the niche you're gonna pick. We're getting to niche next, but research producers in there and try to copy. I like to copy their mix. The mixing is kind of the biggest thing that makes a good beat stand out from a bad beat, because overall the patterns, they don't have to be complex. I'd rather see a very good, high quality, simple beat than a shitty, complex beat. So for the most part, especially if you're just starting out, just make very simple beats, but try and perfect the mix and arrange it in a way that's going to keep the listener engaged. We'll get into like the YouTube analytical side after, so we're going to touch more on that after, but just don't have the same 8 bars on loop for 3 minutes. And the last thing I want to talk about this is don't feel pressured to, you know, upload when you first start, but also don't never upload. So I'd say if you've been making beats for a few months, you can lay down some like basic patterns. It's not like a super like just struggle to lay down any basic beat. Then I think you're good enough to post. I mean, I was posting when I was pretty shit and I still sold some. So if you got a few months under your belt, then I think you're good enough to post. Get some, you know, some of your friends' opinions and whatnot. And if they think you're ready, then you're ready. So now let's talk about the current meta of the Type Beat game and kind of how to favor your beats in the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm, I can't speak. The YouTube algorithm kind of changes every once in a while, so it's a little bit different now than it was a few years ago. And I actually think YouTube pushes new channels in the algorithm now, so that gives your Type Beat channel a great chance to kind of blow up straight away. But the key things YouTube looks out for is a good click-through rate and good retention. So how do we do that in a beat? Because a beat is just a beat in a picture usually. So the goal with a Type Beat is to make it as easy as possible for the artist to rap on. That's why I said good simple beats over shitty complex beats, or even simple beats over good complex beats. So your goal here is for the graph to basically just look like a straight line, which is almost impossible, but the closer it gets to that, the better, because that means everybody's just kind of watching for the whole way through instead of having just like a big drop off. So an easy trick to make people listen for at least like the first 30 seconds is just make a longer intro. I do 16 bars. Most people would do 8 bars if you're doing just like a normal beat, but for the YouTube game, 16 bar intros are always the wave. I'll put 2 of my graphs on screen. This is one with a 16 bar intro. This is one where the beat dropped instantly, because my kind of thought process was, oh, people have short attention spans nowadays, let's make it drop instantly. But surprisingly, people actually wait for the drop when you have like a longer intro, leading to longer retention. And then if they like the beat, they'll stick around for the entire thing. And if they don't like the beat, well, then you still got like that 30-40 seconds of retention. All right, and the next thing is going to be the thumbnail. Just use a picture of the rapper, unless you're like a graphic designer or something. Just use the rapper, or like a girl, or like a watch, or like just some shit that fits with the industry. You again look at other people in your niche for reference. But yeah, don't go designing cover arts if you don't have to. Another thing you can do though is make an MP4 video. I'm not sure exactly how this affects retention. I haven't had enough, you know, time trying it out to have a direct correlation yet, but I just think it looks nicer and professional. So you just download the rapper's music videos, you crop it into a square, and then you put your beat in the file in the video editor, and then try and make it loop every 8 bars, so it's like a perfect loop with the video and the beat. But if you don't know how to do video editing, the picture is perfectly fine. There's beats with millions of views that are just a picture of a rapper, so you don't gotta overcomplicate it. And the final thing in the YouTube meta is the niche. I've seen a lot of just single artist titles doing well recently, so you know, instead of doing, you know, Drake x 21 Savage x J. Cole x whoever the fuck else, you just kind of want to do Drake type beat. And then once your channel's gaining traction, that's when you could try to switch it up, you know, Drake x J. Cole type beat. But if stuff doesn't do well, then, you know, you just want to stick to what you know. So now with all that information, I want to tell you my personal plan on how I'm going to start a new channel. And you can basically just follow these steps along. So I'm currently researching niches. I might actually try a couple different channels with a couple different niches, seeing what I enjoy the most, what has the best results and whatnot. But, you know, I'm going to look at a certain niche. I'm going to research the top producers in that niche. There's usually just 2 or 3 really. Then I'm going to try and look out for, you know, things in the mix, things in the arrangement, sound selection and whatnot, and see if I can make my own version of that. Then from there, whenever I make a new channel, I like to just like bulk upload the first, you know, like 10 beats or 7 beats or so. So I'll just make a bunch of beats, upload those, and then I always say this, don't look at the views until at least a week of uploading. And I don't know if I said this before, but daily uploads are a must at this point. I used to be nice in my other videos and be like, oh, if you could only handle 3 a week, then do 3 a week. But no. Listen right here. If you upload 7 days a week, that's 366 this year, chances that your beat blows up. There's absolutely no reason to not daily upload. That's also kind of a meta on YouTube right now. I've seen a lot of channels just do daily uploads, very minimally edited, but in terms of a type beat, you know, you just post your type beat every single day. That's hundreds of chances a year to blow up, so there's no reason not to do that. It doesn't take that long to make a beat, especially, you know, use loops or samples if you have to speed it up, do collabs. But yeah, I'm gonna daily upload. I'm not gonna look at the views in the beginning. Then after those 7 days, I'm gonna look at it, see what did good, see what did bad, or if there's not enough information yet, I'll just keep uploading. But what you need to do as you upload is look at things, you know, see what types of thumbnails or what types of beats are doing good, what's doing bad. And then, you know, if something does good, maybe a beat with, you know, this certain bass preset and this chord progression does good, then you kind of want to replicate that. Make another beat with that same preset and that same similar chord progression, and then you see if that does good. And if that does good, then you kind of got your own sound there. You're gonna keep going with that sound. But yeah, that's my personal plan. I think that's the best way to grow a type beat channel in 2024. And by the way, if you do see some type beat channels from me pop up in the next few months, please don't click on them, because I feel like when producers watch them, they kind of just kill their retention. So don't go looking for my new channels. I'll fucking make videos about them here. You're probably gonna see like maybe a couple channels pop up in the next couple months or so. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm trying to get back into content. I've been saying this at the end of a lot of my videos. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below, because I'm down to do anything on this channel. I don't know what direction I want to take it in yet, so just let me know. Click here to watch another video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.